spent the better half of a Sunday afternoon making a plastic telescope. So it's a good piece of homework. I started this in January of this year, and I started it because I met a lot of software testers, and a lot of software testers whose knowledge of the history of software testing was appalling, abysmal, that sort of thing.
And those are the good ones.
But there's really a lot of testers who don't know out there, who don't know anything about the history of software testing, and I thought it was pretty shocking. So I started creating this timeline. In June, I met Dorothy in London, and she supported it, and she also added some comments, and thank you for that. I'm hoping this is not the end of it. Although I think this is the last time this timeline will fit on A4 paper, so that's why I printed it. I'm hoping to expand this. I'm looking forward to comments on it. I'm inviting you all to review it and send me some comments. It will be appreciated.
I've got one. First book, Ada, looked like analytic machine by Charles Babbage.
Yes.
First recorded book.
Yes.
And that's not in there.
I know it.
That's
should be in there.
1800s.
But yes,
So the Western Electric Archives have how they did testing of electromechanical telecom switches between about 1915 and 1945, and it was all programmed automated testing, and programmed automated testing predates digital computing. Western Electric and the archives are hidden in different museums. Think of what's called the tape-matic test set. That's the product. My dad worked on that after World War II, and he was an automated tester for Northern Electric, using Western Electric tape-matic test sets and this was telecom switching systems, all electromechanical relay systems. Automated testing predates digital computing. And also Babbage goes into it too. You can get back to Jacquard if you really want.
Yeah, you can go back even further.
yeah.
Western Electric tape-matic test set.
First independent test group, Jerry Weinberg, 1957, the Mercury Project.
That wasn't 1960.
He's written
No,
about that.
1957. He's written about it, but what I think you should do is contact him, hardpretzel at earthlink.net, which I can't believe, earthlink.net, that still exists. Write to Jerry and ask him about that stuff, because I think at this stage in his life he's interested in preserving a little bit of that history at least. Yes. There's also a book by Dan McCracken. Dorothy, you might know something about that. I'm looking around for other bets in the room as to who might know something about that.
I've got a McCracken.
You've got a copy of McCracken? I've got a copy of McCracken too. That's 1957, and it is the first thing to mention desk checking.
It's in there, but I cut it off at.
Oh, you cut it off?
It goes further back, a bit further back.
Okay, because I see 1956. I thought that book was 57 too, but I could be wrong. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff that must be there. There must be some writing on it, and it involves deeper research. You might want to contact a dude named Donald McKenzie, who has written a book called Knowing Machines, which is at least 3 different puns. And he is a historian of various aspects of computing machinery. If he doesn't know that stuff in the pre-1970s era, he would most likely know somebody who would. And it's quite possible that Simon Schaffer would know those kinds of people too. So you can talk about that afterwards. I love this project. I think it's really cool because we are so, in general, but especially in our little craft, oblivious to history, and it would be really valuable to pay attention to that. You also might want to ask yourself if you want to include important testing heuristics like those found in John Stuart Mill from the 1850s, which arguably don't have anything to
Oh,
do
but
with
it's a
computing.
advancement of knowledge.
It's testing, right? It's questions about,
So you
it's
can
their
go back to
heuristics.
Greek mythology and stuff.
That's right, you can go all the way back to Thales and,
I don't mean that jokingly.
No,
It's
I'm
actually
entirely
some
serious.
serious stuff.
A lot of stuff there.
yeah. Well, I mean, software exists
Aristotelian
just
work.
above the neck, right? That's where software really lives.
Yeah, we'll speak about, sorry.
Yes, go.
Me too, okay. I would add some recent stuff. This Ziegler was going to say that weekend testing from 2009.
Yeah.
We got testing doges from 2010. We got thread-based test management from 2010. There was another one this year.
Rebel Alliance.
No, Rebel Alliance from last year. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's also the stuff that started and stopped too. I mean, for example, you have the crystal testing methods.
No, we don't.
So there's a whole bunch of stuff that people try to do with statistical modeling and software testing
Mhm.
that are beautiful failed things, and I think we can learn a lot from the failed things
Yes.
over time. And by the way, some of the failed things are technological, but some of them are thinking,
Mhm.
fallacious reasoning.
Fi-
So if you're
Finally,
interested in some of those, I would love to share some. I have a little teeny collection.
Very.
I'd look at Joe and Lai as well from the 1970s. When he was asked, can you give us some perspective on the French Revolution? Yeah, so here's this sort of Chinese communist leader from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and he was asked his opinion of the French Revolution. He says, well, it's a little early to say. Which I think is wonderful. So that's always an aspect of history.
That is an important aspect. So just that, at the very last minute, I added you. I think.
You added me?
The testing versus checking.
Testing
I
versus
thought
checking.
That's an
Oh,
important discussion.
I'd like to think it is an important
Of course,
discussion.
there's this
We'll
just
find out.
one area award which Jerry Weinberg won this year.
Yeah, that was really disappointing in that he got 5 minutes to talk and some other woman got a whole hour. But she got the finger puppet, so that was good.